Okay, so what I want to do is teach you this technique, well, techniques really, where you use your hands, and I'm going to show them because so often we're using our hands and they're unsupported when we're doing this. So I'm going to show you where I use all of these different techniques. First of all, I'll show you the techniques, then I'll show you the videos where I'm actually doing them. But I want to explain to you first what I'm doing so that, now, this is for if you're a beginner or you're a seasoned pro. By doing this, it's going to save your hands, save your body, save your wrists, and that is by supporting this. But not only that, it feels amazing to your clients. Okay, so what am I talking about? Right, so basically, let's say this is your massage hand. What you can do with the left hand over the top here, so let's say you're going to start off down the leg, for example, well, going up the leg. So by putting your hands here, this hand is literally just, so obviously you're using your body weight, right? So you should know that you're using your body weight as you do this. So you're leaning down. So this hand is going to be the weight that is just leaning on the other hand. And so as you massage, that's where the pressure is going to be. Wherever this hand is, think of that as where it's putting the pressure on. So you're going to lean down. So if we start as we go along, so what this does, it makes it so much easier for you, but it also feels fantastic. So rather than doing this or even just doing this one-handed, so I want you to practice this, and I'll show you as I do it through the back. I do trigger point work, I do cross fiber friction work, I will do all of this work all over the body, and I'll show you. So practice this because you can put this into your massage and they're fantastic strokes. So let's say you want to start off when you want to palpate, right? For example. So you're going down and do some beautiful massage strokes with your hands over the fingertips, which are your best palpation tools, right? Most nerve endings. So we go down and let's just say do that. And then just bring your hand from the fingertips, bring it back over here, over the top of these pads here. So then you're putting the pressure there, which is emphasizing this here as we go down. So now you're doing that. So it feels completely different. Next, you can do right down the heel of your hand here. Simply putting your hand over the top here. Again, you're not grabbing anything. You're just putting it in, and then you're going to work like that as you go through, which I'll show you in a minute. So, but you can also have out here as well. You can use this part of your thumb here and the pad of the thumb. You can come out the side here as you start working around. So I'll show you how to do this and I'll go through it. But you'll see I'm supported the whole time. I'll have my fingers over here. When I'm doing work on my calves, I can just have my thumb. So rather than doing sort of work through here, right, we're going to just put this. So all of that, the weight that we just put on here, it just makes it so much easier and it feels fantastic for your client and of course feels fantastic for yourself. So I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you the techniques here. So I'm just starting with the leg here. We'll start with the leg, right? And I'm just doing hand over hand. Now, what I'm going to show you, this is just an adaptation that's very simple, but really, really good for you to help once again. So you see I just hook my thumb over. So it makes the hands as once again one unit, just doing this. So rather than having your hands apart, which are unsupported, once again, I'm going to hook that thumb over and you'll see, which just, or even if you just hold them together like this, whatever it is, and it just makes them one unit. Plus, you're covering the whole area there. I know it's just a very small adaptation, but again, it will make a huge difference to the way it feels for your client and also for you as well. Right, now, as you can see, now, again, I want you to think about what are you normally doing now? But you see this, once again, we've got the hand over the top here. My fingers doing work here, but I'm right over the top here. Okay, you see I've moved my hands up further. So now I'm starting to put pressure there and I'm using my fingertips to palpate as we go through there, excuse me. So I've changed it. So now I've got the pressure there as I'm going along and I'm using those fingertips, those pads to really palpate there as well. Now you see there, here we are again. So again, what are you doing when you're working the calf? Are you doing hands either side? Or, like this. So you can see here, look at this. This is, once again, one unit, very easy on your body. Again, you're going to be using your body weight, right? There's no movement in my elbows there. I am shifting my weight forwards there. So everything is supported. It's weight transference. I'm doing the hamstrings. So this is from my trigger point course. So you'll see here. So point being, it doesn't matter whether it's relaxation, whether it's deep tissue, whether you're doing trigger point work, you use these techniques in all of these. So you see that over there? And I want you to practice this and get feedback, because they're going to tell you how fantastic it feels. And of course, this feels great for you. It's a complete walk in the park for you to do energetically. It's just effortless. So you see, I'm right up there because I want to feel. So I'm putting that in a, so again, what would you be doing? Like, what would no one be doing? You'd be hands either by the sides, unsupported. Maybe it's one hand, but you can see that there. And once again, it's all one unit. Another thing I want you to take notice of, and I teach this in my courses. Now, by the way, just before I go on, now I'm come back right on top there of the palm, right? So now I'm getting pressure through here. So now that is feeling like a completely different stroke to your client. Right, now I'm coming up a little bit because I want to feel, you can see here, I can feel that. I'm just doing a little bit of cross fiber work on those tight bands. So, like I say, if you're doing deep, so think about your post-event sports massage, right? So you see my thumb. Now, you're going to see this as well. I've just changed it again. But you can just use your thumb on top like this, and you'll see this. I'm going to be doing this, especially in the calf when we get into smaller areas. So look at that, thumb on top. Okay, hands. So you'll see the difference. Now I'm going to do some trigger points. Doing some pressure point, trigger point. Okay, so now we're just going to shorten and lengthen the muscle. Some active release muscle therapy as we go through. And that's just on the technique. But the point being, as I've starting to build more of a sort of 40-degree angle as I'm working down there, getting into those deeper levels. Now I've lengthened the muscle. So you start to get the idea of this as whenever you're doing it, it's always supported. What I was going to say here before is look at the pace on this, how slow it is. So you cannot go too slowly, all right? Unless we're doing pre-event massage, of course, right? You would have stimulating. But what we're talking about here is think relaxation massage, deep tissue, and slowing it down is, as you know, is relaxing. But slow it. Think super slow-mo because it feels so much better. So now I'm going along the hamstrings there. I'm feeling tight bands. I'm feeling trigger points. And again, I'm not using thumbs. I can just use my finger pads, which are supported. They're really strong. Now, use the thumb. So I want to get more direct. I just use my thumb just to palpate there. So you see that it's just so effortless, as I say to you, to be able to do this. Whether it's trigger point work, whether it's deep tissue, you'll see cross fiber friction. And speaking of cross fiber friction, so we're just doing some work across the bands there. Okay, so you get the idea. So as I said to you, and I want you to play with this, and you can do a whole massage, and you'll see through this, you do a whole massage simply by doing this technique alone. And I really urge you to do this even if it's just as a practice, right? So that you become really skilled at being able to do this technique, right? And I'll show you another videos, different techniques. Now, once again, you see that? So you think about when your calves here, and you're probably going up the calves like this or side by side like that, unsupported. Look at this, you hook it in, it's one unit. Now I've got my fingers on that medial aspect of the gastroc and just working. So once again, when I want to work there, I can just put my thumb over, what have you. So look at the thumb on top of my third and fourth ring finger, middle finger there. So now we've got them supporting my thumbs, right? Or whatever my fingers I got. Doesn't matter what fingers. Now, once again, if you're doing acupressure, you're doing trigger point work like I am, you can see that. They can be like this, or they can be over the top of each other. But again, they're supported. And not only are they supported, but you can see with my hands around the calf, it's very, very stable. The beauty of doing this is I can use my thumbs, and I'm not overworking them because you're using one thumb. But you can see I can do exactly the same, which I just about to talk about, with my fingers supported with my thumbs or with my other fingers. So you're not reliant on your thumbs, and that's absolutely what you don't want to be doing, is lots of thumb work. Now, you see I'm just fanning, but I'm fanning with my thumb over the top, or my fingers over the top, always supported. And you see here, same thing, thumb on top of the fingers. So you should get a really good understanding of how to do this. And as I was saying to you before, work the whole back just doing these. Work the whole legs just doing these. Now, look at that. So I'm using this part of my hand on my thumb to work along that lateral aspect there, the aspect of the soleus, just the lateral side of the Achilles tendon there. Then work with thumb, fingers. You can see how good this is going to feel to your clients. And like I say, you're just leaning. You are just leaning. Excuse me. Now I've come across to the side. You want to do some cross fiber? No problem at all. Once again. Now what are you doing? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? So you see, we can have them together, hooked together, right? One unit, strong, supported, stable. Have them over the top there for smaller areas. Now on the thigh here, the quadriceps, same deal. So I come in, palpate. Now, like I say, you'd be palpating, but there's also introductory strokes. So think of your deep tissue clients, your relaxation clients, your sports clients. Okay, so once again, got my fingers over. So see how I'm supporting this? So I want you to think about when you do that iliotibial band, it's probably one hand weakened like this. No, you see that? And so when I do that, so down iliotibial band, and also I show in other videos, but not so much because I'm close up here. When you do that iliotibial band, put your elbow into your ribs, so then when you go up, then you feel that. Right, we're into the back. So just finish that. So put that into there, and as you go up the iliotibial band, it's supported by your ribs as opposed to winging out. Now look at this. So slow, slow, slow. I'm leaning in. Look at my body to the left of Liam's head so I can go further down. Now if you can't go that far, you've got a bigger client, you're a smaller therapist, no problem. Go as far as you can, then come back. But you'll see, rather than stay at the top of the head, I come to the side. Now look, I drop my weight down, bend my knees. Okay, so we don't use body. Now look, slow, slow, slow. Look at my hands sinking in, and then I lift up, and there's my pressure over the fingers there. As we go down, I'm feeling everything all the way along there. And so I'm not only getting great palpation, but I'm also getting, you can see how beautiful and deep and slow that is. It feels heavenly. My body is to the side of the head. Now we'll do some lower back work. Like I said to you, you can do this in every part of the body. See that? So, and I want you to, like I keep saying to you, think about what you're doing in these areas. So what are you doing here? You're probably doing this, probably doing some of this, like fast. Slow it down, support, slow, and look at the way I drop my weight back. I sit down, almost like sitting on a chair. So I lift up, and then watch, sit down almost at a chair, and my body weight, pull, 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 pull. All right, into those quadratus lumborum, the fingertips. Now look at that, one support again, and then you see I supported there as coming around as one unit. And now And you can see, I'm getting this, you can probably see Liam sighing there. Come round, right around the shoulder. Now look how far around the shoulder goes. You don't want to cut the corner short. So now once again I've got pressure into my heel there as well, but my hands over my fingers, but also the heel. I'm lifting up and just, see how I lift up there? And then just lean my weight over. There's another big sigh from Liam. That's what you want to see. Now, once again, I'm just going to go across, infraspinatus, teres, muscles, top the shoulder blade if you don't know, you're a beginner. But once again, I'm hooked in, aren't I? Very strong, stable unit as we work our way through. Again, what are you doing? Are you probably do this, if you go across, something like that? No, slow it all down, make it one unit, it will feel amazing. See, I just lifted up? So lift up and less, and then lean down. So I'm lifting up to put my weight, so then I get over, and then I just lean into it. That right around the shoulder. Don't cut the shoulder. Don't cut it early. Cut it, don't cut off the corner is what I'm trying to tell you. Now I just want to show you a technique on the back of the arm here. It's just using one hand because it's small. My son's small. But I just want to show you just going through the heel here. So again, I'm just lifting and then just leaning on there. It feels really fantastic. By the way, if you're thinking, hey, I'm not going towards the heart, it doesn't matter for small areas at all like that. It does not matter. Right, so not everything has to go to the heart, always, always. Now, lower back, so you see here, we're going across the top of the ilium. So we start thinking lower back pain, clients, and just someone comes in with tight lower back pain, or just you're doing part of the back massage. So you see once again. So I want you to, if you play this and practice this and just go through this sequence as I show you. It's not really a sequence, but it's cut together. But so now once again, I want you to think about that. You see, you're probably going down the back like this, right? But you see, I'm still holding one unit, and then we're doing this. And just watch, you can see the muscle tissue. Beautiful pressure there. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, see, I just drop my weight. Leaning onto Liam. So if you're doing thumbs in the lower back like this, or thumb circles, stop it. You're wrecking your thumbs. This will feel 10 times better, not only for you, but also for your client. You'll be able to do massage after massage doing these techniques. So I want you to think about, what's the speed you're doing? Are you going this slow? I encourage you to go this slow. Right? Not only will you get a better feel for it. Now, when you want to go slow like this, don't have too much oil, because it just makes, if too much oil anyway, it not only feels horrible for a client, too much oil, you have them all oiled up, but it makes it too unsteady for you. Less oil, or even better massage cream, you get better control. So you see it. So now I'm using you see my middle finger there, see my fingers are there, because I'm working, coming down. And I just do some cross fiber erector spinae muscles, and I'm just coming down over that where the trigger points are. Here you are now. Up those under the 12th rib there, the trigger points for the iliocostalis, I think it is. One of the erector spinae, and deep muscles to the quadratus lumborum. So once again, those trigger points, I talk about in my course, doing in my trigger point course, up underneath that, where those trigger points are for the quadratus lumborum, referring to the lower back. So you want to be, that's what I'm doing here. And now the lower quadratus lumborum trigger points. Once again, what are you doing? Are you in there pressing with your thumbs, overusing your thumbs? No, you can just hook in with your fingers and just lean back, and you know they're sensitive, so you don't need that much pressure. Come down, around. I want you to do all of your practice all of this and go at this pace. You're gonna do what I used to think it's gonna be boring for the client. Get it done on yourself. What it was me, it was like an aha moment, if you will, an aha moment. I was like, oh my God, this feels amazing going this slow. I used to think, oh, it's gonna be too boring. Got to mix it up. Got to make it interesting. No, slow. The slower you go, it just feels incredible. Now I'm hooking into that quadratus lumborum, around that trigger points there, feeling tight fibers, releasing those. It's going to help enormously with any lower back pain. Those trigger points are active or latent. So stiff lower backs, painful lower backs. And then just breaking it up. Okay, so practice those techniques. You are going to find it's going to be absolutely brilliant for you and your clients.